Today I want to talk about wealth, or maybe not wealth, but money. And the difference between the two will be clear, hopefully, by the end of this video. So, I recently was thinking about the argument that do we work just for money? Do we create businesses? Do we try to get into jobs? Do we strive 9 to 5 just to earn money? We go to school, we go to colleges, we send our children to schools and colleges. Is it only so that at the end of the day we can earn money? You know, and I personally believe no, we don't do it just for money. And I'm not going to give you uh, spiritual or metaphysical reasons for that. I'm sure there are plenty. And but what I want to focus on is actual physical, fungible reasons why we don't work for money. Uh, so first of all, I would like to address the argument uh, I would like to elaborate on the argument that we do work for money because that is what provides for our means of survival. Money provides for us housing and food and clothing and transportation, vehicle, recreation. When we have money, it's easier to get engaged and married. It's easier to be more, you're welcomed more in higher class and societies. You're able to do more, you're able to influence decisions in society. This all happens by money, using money, spending money. Uh, and therefore, because every aspect of our life is dictated by money in a way, so we aspire to work hard to earn more money. We aspire to be more creative, more innovative, so that we can earn more money. At the end of the day, the corporate talk about how the world is a great place and our company, whatever that company be, can make it a better place by, because our products are very innovative and creative, or our services are very exceptional, right? So it's not really for the product or the service. It's not really for a positive change in the world. It's just to earn more money. Everything in the world boils down to a person's greed for money, because money enables him to do whatever he or she wishes to do, right? And you don't have to be an evil person or a good person. I mean, if you are a human being, you are tied to your needs, which are fulfilled by money. So ultimately, everything is for money. And when people compose a poem or write a book or publish a piece of art or create a company, discover something new, create a new technology, ultimately they're seeking monetary benefit. So really everything comes down to earning more money. And one argument that can be cited in favor of this is, if you are doing something which you consider meaningful over something which you consider less meaningful, but if you were offered 100 times more money to do the less meaningful work, will you do the less meaningful work? There are very high chances that you will. And I'm like giving that conclusion based on my observation of how people behave in the world generally, right? So these things might prove that, yeah, we really work for just money. But I would like to argue against that. I believe that even if we do work for money, in the short term, we cannot survive as a species. We cannot uh, progress and improve ourselves if we work just for money. That is simply not possible. We have only improved from a technological and a scientific perspective because we have not worked for money a lot of the times. Uh, so I would like to explain this by giving a hypothetical example. Because the people who advocate that we work just for money believe that everything comes down to having more wealth, because wealth maximizes a person's independence, it maximizes a person's potential. That's also where neoliberal capitalism comes into play. uh, but I say, let's say you attain 100 tons of gold, which will probably make you one of the richest or the richest person alive, right? By the way, I don't know exactly how many tons of gold are there on the planet. Just an assumption, uh, right? Let's say you get $1 trillion, right? But you get transported back in time 3,000 years. Okay, so let's say you're living in 1000 BC, 1000 before Christ, and you're the richest man alive, right? But although you have all the money in the world, if you are, let's say, located on a desert and you're feeling hot, there's nothing you can do about it. Even though you have all the money in the world, but you cannot really turn on the air conditioner because there are no air conditioners, right? If you want to travel to some other part of the world, you have all the money in the world, you can arrange for cavalries, you can arrange for horses, you can arrange for uh, tents and carriages which will carry you, and you can arrange for a lot of provision, but it'll still take you months and months to reach the opposite side of the globe. uh, Whereas in the modern world, you can just book a plane ticket for a couple $100, and you can just reach the other side of the planet in a matter of few hours. So the point I'm trying to get at is, although in the case of being the richest man, but 3,000 years earlier, you have all the money in the world, but that money is not really increasing your potential, it's not really increasing your independence. Whereas today, with a lot less money, maybe 1/1,000,000th of the money you have at that time, you can do a lot more today, right? So why did that happen? So this defeats the argument that we work just for money, and money is our most powerful source of motivation, and is the reason corporate people in the corporate work why they work. No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a good amount of people who work not for the money. They don't work for the gold coins or the dollars or the bitcoins. They don't work for money. They work for change. They work for progress. They work for innovation. Because had they not worked for change and innovation, we would have had you sitting with 100 tons of gold, not able to fly to other part of the world, not able to turn on the air conditioner because no one had invented it, because no one was interested in anything other than money, right? So yeah, that's really the point I was trying to make. So the real progress happens when we work towards wealth and not money. So I'm just trying to end where I started from. So wealth is value in the economy. That is wealth, and money is simply a store. Money is simply a medium of exchange, which can be exchanged for something of value, right? And the only reason money has value is because it can be exchanged with something that has real fungible value, which will impact directly your life and enhance your life in some way or the other. So and it works the other way around, in the sense that if you chase wealth and not money, then money does follow. Maybe not in all cases, but that is generally the rule. I mean, the reason capitalism has worked, I'm not saying it's the best way, but the reason capitalism has worked is because capital has been employed to create value, right? And only because that value was created, was the capitalist able to get back his capital with the profits, and Only because of that, the laborers were able to earn a wage. Only because of that, the entrepreneurs were able to earn a profit. Only because of that, the money was able to go round and round and round. Only because of that, progress happened. So we don't work for money. We work for progress. We work for innovation. We work for change, even if it comes at the cost of money. So a lot of people who made the biggest changes, they spend their lives living miserable lives, just trying to invent that one thing which changed the world, or discover that one thing which changed the world, right? Or to give that perspective which changed the world. For example, Steve Jobs sold all of his Apple shares except just one shares, simply so that he can receive the newsletter which shareholders receive. I'm not really a fan of Steve Jobs or Apple. I'm just giving you an example. So a lot of people do not work for money, and they end up creating a lot of value in the world. And incidentally, they also happen to end up having a lot of money. So money follows value. Money is secondary to value. Money is secondary to life, or maybe tertiary to life. Or maybe it's just a thing that exists incidentally, not to be taken very seriously. Assalamu alaikum.